Elite game management. And again, the way you're seeing Liverpool manage out the game despite being 2-0, it's a point I've said when we was talking about Liverpool prior, in that shows the evolution of Jurgen Klopp. I don't think Liverpool and City get enough praise. And you're not going to, come on, no one cares. No one really gives a fuck about defending. Let's have it right. No one cares about defending. Like, nobody, we rate the Italian thing and whatnot. No one cares. But City and Liverpool, there's all different statistics you can break down. As much as they score goals and they got them lit players, bro, how they see out games is a different level. How they forgive themselves when they're not playing well is the levels. This is the levels. Carla, we treat Eddie Nketiah like a ringer, you know, like he just we're low on 5-a-side and we're about to concede the third. No, we're not. Come on, boys. Come on, Liverpool, man. You got 3 points. Just allow it, man. It's on paper, make it look a bit closer than it actually is. DG smiling. Why wouldn't I smile? Win, lose, or draw, blood? I don't run. You run. You're all saying, bro, do you know why you're shameless, G1? You're sitting there, you were sitting there saying, oh, I'm not active for 2 months. You lot are sound bullshittos, man. Win, lose, or draw. This is football. You gotta lose and win with grace. We go again, like I said. Wait, I'm more onto you lot if you don't beat Villa. I'm onto you lot. Bro, might take man of the match. It's had a good game, but I wouldn't have picked him from Liverpool. Fair play. I say Colgate shine the fruit by screen. Go on, Pepe. They cry for you. Dance, boy. As they would say. Hit some skillers. Come on, Pepe, man. Party, bang. You might as well leng it. Xhaka, you might as well. Tini, you might as well leng it. Fullbacks. Martinelli might as well bang it, you know. I need something. I need some. Xhaka, you're about to get finessed. I dive, man. Look at it for Allison. Oh, I got to drop to the floor. This is a leech house, man. Shy up, like. What positives can we take from tonight, fellow Gooners? Lost with a bit more dignity. There is progress, as shown with the City game and Liverpool games today, but fundamentally, still lost. Fine margins. You learn more in defeat than you do winning. And I try to. The thing is, a lot of I don't like to keep doing the I said thing, but it's only when we lose Martinelli on this left hand side, fans want to hear it. A lot of the things that we could have learned from this today, some of the problems have been there when we wasn't as healthy. And we, actually, a lot of the things I've seen today, Watford, Norwich, and Newcastle at home. Watford the other day, the transition for the first goal, following runners for the second, clearing your lines properly. You could go back to Brentford's game. You could go back and look, Firmino, you disrespectful fucker. What a baller. But yeah, there's so many lessons. It's only when we lose, man might look at this. It's a healthy reality check for Arsenal Football Club. And I say that for the fans because the club know it. Arteta knows it. We're not going to win every game left. Trent wins his draw against Martinelli for the first time. We're not going to win all our games. We have to go again. The table is going to fluctuate. You can see definitely since the last time we played Liverpool, the first one in the Prem. Let's keep quiet about the cup game. There's progress, but fundamentally, playing well, you don't get points for playing well for 10 minutes. You need to switch on for the whole night. You need to manage the game. You need to take your chances. You need to be brave. I would say the main talking points for me is I think the parts I wasn't impressed with is when we've conceded. Like we're feeling sorry for ourselves. Our standards are dropping. Gaps are starting to open. For large parts of the game, we did play well. Well, fuck's sake, Salah's about to ruin everything. Like I'm saying, we're scrambling now. And that's Liverpool. Congratulations to Liverpool for winning. But as I was saying, the time is done. Congratulations to Liverpool. But as I was saying, this is the benchmark, managing the game, reacting to conceding, keeping your high standards when the game's evidently lost. Taking your chances, learning your lessons. The first goal was quite jarring because a player is similar identically almost to the Brighton goal, getting in between the gap for Jota's goal. Learn your lessons in this regard. The second one, we're not clearing our lines. We've been given chances. Again, I go back to the Watford game. Gabriel and Martinelli didn't pull it out for a corner. So I would say fine margins. In the last couple of games, even Leicester, you get away with those moments. You don't get away with that. Camera's lit by Sky Sports, by the way. You don't get away with it with this, There's positives to take. But it's not 3 points. You know, you've seen Spurs win. Other things are happening. We have to go again against Villa. We was never going to win every game. If you had to lose a game, you take it against Liverpool. You go again. There's no time to feel sorry for ourselves. As I said, you learn more in defeat than you do winning. Congratulations to Liverpool, because I would say last half an hour, 40 odd minutes, or whatever technically it would be in the 54th minute, from they scored, much like the game in the league, in the cup, sorry, they was on top of us. They started to play their ball and they did what they needed to do. The two usual suspects in Jota, who's got 7 and 7 now against us, and Firmino, who's got 9 now. It is what it is, people. You know, I do think for a minute there was positives. You know, I would say a positive would be at a second we looked fairly comfortable. You know, I think at the literally from the start it was like, oh shit, we're playing Liverpool, shit, scared sort of thing. And then at a point we kind of settled. We was playing football. We was kind of in their half, having, I wouldn't even quite say half chances, but half chances. But this is the difference. You know, Liverpool, you know, they scored a goal and got another one. They managed their game, as you saw, people. They're 2-0 up. We've kind of signaled the white flag. They're still wasting time and doing certain things. That's the elements, you know, and you can tell what it means to them, sort of thing. And I would say one thing we could also learn from Liverpool is, you know, we wanted to play well against them. We frustrated them for a second. Maybe because of the lack of quality they wasn't showing initially, or how we was pressing, etc., etc. But Thiago, the minute Thiago is closer to our box, he set up something. You know, prior, he's receiving it in his own half. It's these sort of things. You know, Trent played some devilish passes on occasion. You know what it is with Liverpool. You know, you have to, congratulations to Liverpool. If there's anything I'm jealous of, is seeing this sort of stuff now, the togetherness with the fans and all of that. Congratulations. Like, what we lost, didn't it? What could you say? We lost to a better team. That's the benchmark. If we lose, I don't want conclusions drawn on this team. If we won this game, which we didn't, I don't want conclusions drawn. We go again. It is what it is. You've got some tough and can't feel sorry for yourself. You got to play Chelsea. You got to play Spurs. You got to play United. You got to go Southampton. You got to play West Ham. There's no time to feel sorry for ourselves. Learn your lessons. Because as I said, yes, the context of the game and the team we're playing and all of those sort of things plays a part. But a lot of the things that was problematic today was shown in previous games. Could Ramsdale have done better for both the goals? Maybe the second one, of course. But the phase is in play. It is what it is. I'd say the positive. I think technically we've got games in hand. As I don't think it's a positive, because games in hand have to correlate to actual points, but there's games in hand. And I think, don't quote me, but technically, do we not remain fourth? Technically, you remain fourth, albeit a point, 2 games in hand. Man United have Leicester. We've got Villa. You know, Spurs have West Ham. So if you had to drop points, it's now, isn't it, really and truly? You need to go back on. Hopefully, it's a positive reality check. Not that I think the players or the club or Arteta needed such, but fans, because, you know, fans were confident going into the City game because we was in decent form, and it is what it is. So I won't quite say positives, but yeah, man, it is what it is. It's a reality check. Reality check. There were some good moments. I think Partey had a good game. I think Martinelli had a really good game, but learning curves. I think the centre halves played well for large parts and then collapsed it. Saka's my guy. You won't ever see me turn on Saka. But again, you know, everyone's a villain. I've said Saka needs to improve defensively, but Gabriel's fucked up also before that. Us as a team was fucked up before that. That goal, whenever it was, went in, you know. And that's happened in many games. Forget the player. Look at the incident. We can see cheap goals. Get back on it. Get back on it. It's the sequences of play. So, yeah, man, it is what it is. Right. What can you say? I don't even know the timestamps. When did I start reviewing this game, people? I'm just going to say 2:45 to 2:54. One sec, people. Sorry, people. I'm just writing down some potential video ideas. And before I forget, not that I haven't, I think I've said it bare times. Without you lot, win, lose, or draw, it'll be dead, man. G1, your comments not coming up, but you said that about 1 point behind Arsenal with 2 points in hand. This is why I keep saying, you're always here, banter aside. This is why I always say, bro, everybody plays 38 games, bro. Just win your games. Fans won't look at that, man. We had the chances to get the result, just not clinical. And even then we did, but are these even chances? Like, to be fair, well, I don't like to do the whole we was close sort of thing, because really it's changed in the last half an hour, and that is what football is about. It changes in the last half an hour, but we've had 9 shots on target as the Liverpool, 2 shots on target, 3 goals from them. But that's the difference between what money can get you and clinicalness. I'd also say, on reflection of that game, what a quality number 8 could do for you in the midfield battle. I feel Partey did well, as did Xhaka, but I just feel a number 8 that can hold on to the ball, get you further up the field, win you smart little fouls. Probably a striker with a bit of pace, or someone that can either hold up the ball or move in behind. It shows what man can do. So yeah, man, fundamentally, you lost, innit? But yeah, man, there's things to learn. They say it's the end of the world, but yeah, man. Ben White needs to calm himself down if he's rattled. And obviously, isolated to Liverpool, still not scored against them, getting battered against them, etc., etc., etc. Issues, man. I'm not going to lie, I can see what Arteta is doing. Good performance from Arsenal. We just need to do better against them next year with better additions. Absolutely, there are several great Klopp post interviews where he alludes to what you're saying. And if you watch them in order, you can see this Liverpool side become more ruthless. It's game management, man. I mean, I don't even think no one cares about that Thiago missed pass. Well, obviously, he switched off, showing he's human. But yeah, man. What? You said, Reaper? The progress you can take from your previous Premier League game versus Liverpool is that you've only conceded 2 less goals. It's not like we didn't expect Liverpool to win, but it's about the bounce back against Villa. You have to lose to win. Lesson is Arsenal not ready for the Champions League. I mean, do we look ready for the Champions League? I just don't like the way people revise things. Run people their points, Twitch gang. I mean, Martinelli ran Trent ragged, but 3 points. It's a bit like Harvey Barnes against Leicester. Harvey Barnes can say he kind of stressed out Cedric, but he walked away with the 3 points. Players get you. Obviously, I like banter, but I do find it funny with football fans. Football, at this level, player gets beaten, player gets dribbled, player gets skilled, player, gets defended well against. It's crazy. Good game, man. Good game. That's all that matters, the 3 points, man. I don't know if we'll finish top 3, man. Top 4, apologies. You need a gun, man. We'll beat Leicester. Listen, more positives than negative. At least this says to the board we're screaming for a striker. Partey was beautiful. I wouldn't say there's more or less negatives. It's kind of what we knew already. United top 4 soon come. Nobody said Joe Ramsdale. No one could have said Joe Ramsdale, man. We played well, but there's levels to this business. Watford, that's an easy 3 points. Played like that versus United and Spurs. Think it's an easy win for Arsenal. As you said after the Watford game, the warning signs were there. A better team punished the mistakes Watford missed. Only a point separates City and Liverpool. Let's see if Klopp will still deflect from being in the title race. I told you we'd slap you lot. I mean, the 2-0 is hardly a slapping. Definitely based on the scorelines you've done to us. You beat us. You didn't slap us, but is what it is. I wouldn't say I'm disappointed with elements. I'm not impressed or disappointed necessarily with anything. Like, You know, up until the 54th minute, you was in the game. But as G1 said, it's about 3 points in this thing, isn't it? Like, you don't get points for being in it for 10 minutes. You don't get points for being into it until a goal was scored. It's a 90-minute game. As I said, when we play teams like Liverpool that are better than us, it has to be a case of times 8, 8 10-minute battles. And then obviously, you've got 2 5-minute finals and things like that. And we did that up until the 54th minute. So it's a game management thing. As I said, it's how you react. As I said, I'm not just saying things for the sake of it. As I said, if you was going to get something out of this Liverpool game, you wasn't keeping the clean sheet. This is the most, I think, goal scoring fixture in the league. Robertson got his 50th assist today. This fixture has seen the most goals in the Premier League. Prior to this game, Liverpool had something like 37 games, 38 goals, or 38 games, 37 goals. Whoever they kept the clean sheet was against, or better yet, they failed to score. I don't know. You would have to have gone a goal down or conceded the goal or reacted to a setback. And I just feel once again, it's a time where we've conceded a goal. And I wouldn't say we've crumbled as much in this game, but we've crumbled. People start feeling sorry for themselves, much like the first game. Well, I keep saying first game. I mean, it's not even the last game, is it? The game that we played these lot in the cup. I would say it's a that thing. Fullback union episode, Robertson assist. Trent versus Martinelli. Yeah, it is what it is. Because it's not one where man have to run you out. You lacked heart, you lacked desire. I would say even a positive is Cedric. You didn't really get collapsed as I thought you would be. To be fair with you, I thought you would get collapsed. So there's a bit of face saved there. But you don't get points for playing well. You get points for winning. And when you can't win, don't lose. These are things that these young players need to learn. And as I said, the main thing I want them to learn is the darker elements of this game, because Liverpool showed it fantastically. Fabinho fouling, man, getting away with certain Buki fouls. Again, you go to the United game yesterday, you look at Llorente. If you want to get through to Champions League or get over the line in elements, it is what it is. I think Klopp said it perfectly in that when you are fighting for something and you get to the finishing line, you don't run through it, you limp through it. And that's what top four is going to be. It's firmly a fight, I don't feel if Arsenal won, man should be gassing. I don't think man should be rewriting history. Everybody plays 38 games. We've got a target on our back. Rightly so. I'm going to quote G1 again. Man are looking at it, boy, 1 point, 2 games. We got this, we got that. As we're Arsenal fans, as we're Liverpool fans, not Liverpool, Spurs, sorry, etc., as we're West Ham. So it is what it is. Everybody plays 38 times. Dust yourselves off. Watch the game again. Don't, and as I always say, if you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. The second goal, we played stupid games. Saka doing nonsense. And ultimately, he's the fool guy. We was doing nonsense before that. We win, lose, or draw together. So what I'm not going to do is hang players out to dry. Saka should have done a lot better. Martin Odegaard probably should have taken your chance, But these are 1 or so minute flashpoints across a 90-minute game. What do we do for the other 90? On paper, we kind of match them. But again, the difference is, I would say, the quality that they've brought in, whether that's quality that's been built upon and crafted by Klopp, and been allowed to mold, or the upper echelons of the players they've been brought in, and that willingness to win, just get over the line. It doesn't matter how you play. It says 2-0 to Liverpool, 3 points, a point behind City. So that's what I want to see our boys learn from. And as I said, the thing is, there's no hiding places. 2 cheap goals that we've conceded, much like the cheap goals we conceded against United and Everton. I'm focusing on them because at the time these were seen as big games, quote unquote. I would say City at home as well, cheap goals conceded, even as valiant as it was. Watford, cheap goals conceded. Since the turn of the year, really, we've been conceding cheap goals, excluding the Leicester game. Really, we haven't been really defending to the standards. And I would say again, keep your standards, because we have reacted to setbacks, but I just feel when we have them little mistakes like Gabriel against Wolves or whatever, I feel we react. But when we're playing the bigger teams, like when Tavares made his mistake at Old Trafford, when even though that wasn't the best of examples, when we've made mistakes here, and there's plenty of others, I think there's a somewhat complex. It's almost like we're feeling sorry for ourselves, but this is the margins. Respectfully, if you're in the Champions League, you're going to be playing these teams that are on this sort of stuff week in, week out. So, yeah, man, plenty to build upon. Not going to turn on no one. Saka was poor today. 9 times out of 10, he's the guy. Same as Odegaard Anonymous, really. 9 times out of 10, they're the guy. They won't